Okay, so I just found a cozy magic school RPG where you can romance your classmates. And now I need to know if otome fans would actually enjoy this. That game is Arcadia Fallen II, and I spent some time with it to see how the story, the cast, and the gameplay actually feel. Especially if you enjoy romance-focused games like Love and Deep Space. So in this video, I'm sharing my first impressions and the gameplay to see who this game is really for. Quick heads up before we start, I'll be showing a few early scenes from the game, so there may be very minor spoilers, mostly from the beginning. And the developers were also kind enough to provide me with a review key, so thank you to the team for letting me try the game. As always though, I'll still be sharing my honest impressions. So the real question is, does this Magic Academy adventure actually deliver the kind of characters and story romance fans might love? Let's take a look. The story follows a group of mage students at Seven Winds Academy, where life starts with exams, friendships, and school routines, but slowly shifts into something bigger after they uncover a hidden secret. And as the plot unfolds, it explores ideas like political tension, discrimination, and the pressure placed on students to succeed. It does still keep a focus on personal choices and relationships. I find that the story starts slowly, but builds over time into something more emotional and meaningful, especially once the larger conflict begins to take shape. I do feel that it was inspired by Persona 5. It at least has the same vibe or feeling of how a group of students stand up for what is right. Oh, and while the story happens 7 years after the first game, Arcadia Fallen 1, you do not need to have played it. But there are fun Easter eggs and cameos, especially since the story takes place in the same world. In terms of gameplay, the experience feels very similar to an interactive story where your choices shape your character's personality and relationships. There are no wrong choices, which I happen to appreciate. It feels more relaxed and approachable, especially for players who don't want to stress about picking the perfect option. And one of my favorites is that there is customization for your character and their bed. While the options are limited, I think it's sufficient enough to make the narrative your own. Alongside dialogue choices, there are light puzzle sections different from the first game, but still reminiscent of it. The challenges do get a bit harder at later stages, but still enjoyable in my opinion. There are also small exploration moments around the academy, like talking to classmates, finding hidden details, and just learning more about the world in general. These gameplay elements are simple, but they help break up the story and make you learn more about the world without being too overwhelming. The characters and relationships are one of the game's strongest points. The cast feels varied and human, with each character having their own struggles, personalities, and growth over time. To be honest, I find that the cast can be a bit too different, but their unlikely friendship just works. Romance is also present but optional. There are 5 love interests that you can pursue regardless of gender, making the experience very inclusive and flexible. The relationships develop naturally, with both sweet and awkward moments that make them feel a bit more grounded. Even outside of romance, friendships and group dynamics are given a lot of care, which makes it easy to feel connected to the characters as the story progresses. Because you will also see their interactions with each other, not just with you, the protagonist. Visually, the game stands out with its bold, colorful art style and expressive character designs, giving it a slightly comic-like feel that contrasts nicely with some of its heavier themes. The audio also adds a lot to the gameplay experience, with strong voice acting in key scenes and background music that supports the mood without being distracting. While not every moment is fully voiced, I find the performances that are included help bring the characters to life in a more immersive way. I do think that there are times that they talk way too slow, like there are a lot of pauses, which says a lot coming from me. That said, I still love the voice acting since every line is handled with care and a lot of emotion. And if you enjoy cozy narrative game discussions like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I talk about farming sims, life sims, and story-rich games that are worth your time, especially the hidden ones people don't talk about enough. The game may feel a bit slow at the beginning, especially if you're expecting immediate drama or romance. But for players who enjoy taking time to get to know the world and characters, that slower build can make the later moments feel more rewarding. One thing to note is that while choices feel meaningful in the moment, many story paths stay similar until the later parts of the game, which may make multiple playthroughs feel familiar aside from romance differences. Overall, Arcadia Fallen 2 is best suited for players who enjoy cozy, story-driven experiences with meaningful character interactions rather than fast-paced or heavily branching gameplay. And what makes it unique is its balance between relaxed, no-pressure choices and deeper themes, along with its inclusive approach to character creation and relationships. For fans of visual novels, the game is a thoughtful experience that focuses on connection, growth, and finding your own path at your own pace. And if Arcadia Fallen 2 has caught your interest, and you're wondering what other romance visual novels are worth keeping an eye on, the next video is perfect for you. I'm sharing 30 upcoming otome and amare games planned for 2026, the ones that look promising not just visually, but story-wise too. So if you're looking for your next romance to fall into, click on that video next and start building your wishlist. Just tap the video on your screen and I'll see you there.